Without a doubt, one of the funnest aspects of RC rock crawling is always upgrading your vehicle. But sometimes the upgrade can come with a pretty high price tag. But over some years of testing, I finally compiled a list of low cost but high value upgrades for your crawler. So if you're building or just upgrading your crawler and looking to save some money, there's definitely something for you in this video. So first off, let's talk electronics. If you're new to the hobby and looking for some upgrades, you really cannot beat these options. And so without further ado, let's start with the most crucial part of any radio controlled vehicle, the remote. The FlySky FS GT3B remote. This is by far my favorite item on this list, and for good reason. I bought this remote back in 2020 and it's been amazing ever since then. It's a 3-channel remote. It can host up to 9 models and you can fine tune every single aspect of your crawler. Best part is this remote comes in at just $40. That's really good for what you're getting. It feels really good. It doesn't feel cheap at all. You know, I really can't say enough good things about this remote. Yeah, I would highly recommend this remote to anyone, and it's definitely worth looking into if you're thinking about upgrading. Next up on the list, we have a beloved classic, the Hobbywing Quick Run WP Crawler Brushed ESC. In my opinion, this is the best RC rock crawling specific ESC on the market for the price. You can adjust things like drag brake and freewheeling. It's fully waterproof, and I should know this because we have submerged quite a few vehicles with this ESC in it, and it's survived each time. It seems to have a pretty long lifespan, and we haven't had to replace one yet. Yeah, if you're looking for a really good budget RC rock crawling ESC, you really cannot go wrong. I highly recommend it. And as you can see, I'm going to install it on my axial right here. Once you get past soldering, installation of the Hobbywing Quick Run really isn't that hard. This program card that's included with the ESC makes programming it really simple. You can really dial it in. Now this ESC is really great if you're wanting to save money and still keep some of those features that come on higher end ESCs. The best high value low cost motor I've ever tested has so far been the Reedy Randon. I've been running their 16 turn 5 slot since 2019, and it's still just as smooth and quiet as it was since then. I've put in a lot of legitimate miles on this motor and it's holding up perfectly fine. And with the price of this thing coming in at $30, it's pretty hard to beat. The only electronic I've found that you really can't cheap out on is servos. For instance, these super cheap digital servos on Amazon work great for about a month and they just kind of slowly start dying after that. And it's definitely worth spending more on a higher quality servo that'll last you longer because you'll end up saving more money in the long run. Next up, my favorite tires ever, the J-Concept landmines. No complaints at all with these tires. They have traction pretty much everywhere I've ever been to. They're very high quality. And the best part is they're actually cheaper than a lot of the bigger competition from companies like Proline and Pitbull. Yeah, these tires are an amazing option if you're wanting to save a little money. When it comes to anything mechanical, you should never cheap out on it. I've learned this the hard way many times, and it's always 100% worth going with whatever's a little higher end, because last thing you want is a mechanical failure when you're out crawling. And generally when you're buying mechanical parts for your crawler, it's not super expensive, except when it comes to axles and wheels. For some reason, the prices just skyrocket in these areas. What if I told you that for a set of premium Vanquish metal axles, it would cost you over $400. Does not include any of the axle shafts. That does not include gears, you know, anything for it to function. And just for reference, how much would a set of name brand wheels cost you? Oh, $70 a pair. That means you'll be paying a little over $140 for a set of little RC wheels. And most people aren't willing to spend that exorbitant amount of money for some toy axles. Now, what if I told you that there was a solution for $40? Yes, the axles on this vehicle are worth a total of $40. And they came with everything, the housings, shafts, gears. Basically, when they arrived, you just slap them onto your vehicle and go. Now, there's not anything wrong with these axles. They work perfectly, probably as good as any set of $400 axles out there. The only issue is how you get them. And I say this because these axles come from generic brands that you find on eBay. Yeah, go on eBay, punch in RC rock crawler axles. I'm sure that you can get them for any scale. These wheels that are on my Enduro, you can get on eBay for about $30, if I'm not mistaken. I don't necessarily encourage people to go out and buy these, but it is an option. There you go, guys. 6 cheap items that make great upgrades for your crawler. And if you have any low cost but high value items to share, please list them below in the comments and help a fellow RC enthusiast out. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.